I'm Diane Pruitt. We are in the studio at Two Girls Treasure in Florence, South Carolina, live and getting ready to continue working on our cottage series, chest of drawers. A little short of breath this morning. I did go to the doctor yesterday. So if I start coughing, I may just call it a day. Yesterday, we managed to get these castings uh, poured and cut to the shape of the top drawer. They turned out so beautiful. And we're working on the stripes. I had a vision of the stripes across the top coming down and cascading through the center, just the center of the drawer. We'll see. We'll get to that. Today we need to do our castings. We have 3 drawers. We need 6 pair. And this top side, I thought about it. We almost might just make it to fit here and maybe come back in with some clay castings, which are a little bit easier to manipulate right there. We'll see what we can do. Let's get to the work table. I'll tip you down so you can see what we're doing here. Here's our template for our centerpiece. I still haven't settled on that. Let's see what we can do today to make this really ugly, unwanted, unloved, well-lived piece of furniture loved again. And as you come in, say hello. I appreciate you being here. If I don't see you, I'll catch up with you. All right, gloves first. And I'm going to leave that center section alone for just, I'm going to leave that center section alone for right this minute. I'm not sure that that's what I want to work with these castings. I think it makes it a more cohesive look, but I almost want to leave it blank. But I know we need these castings from Juliet. So let's get our cups. Let's get our mixing cup. I left yesterday and didn't clean anything up. So we'll clean it up now. I hope you're doing well today. I have some help in the store this morning. My precious husband is in with me. That's so sweet. All right. Just removing the old resin from yesterday so that I don't have any dry pieces pop into my fresh pores. It's not good filler, I promise. All right. Side A, side B, and then we mix. Y'all ready for this? So 30 mils of side A. This casting takes 130 mils, which is more than what we pour at a time. So we pour 30 and 30, 30 of each side. So it's a total of 60 mils. And this takes just over twice that much. We're shallow pouring, so that's helpful, but it's still not going to fill the cavity. So what we do, I don't like to over pour because too many times I've over poured mixing a double batch, and it just doesn't seem like you can pour faster than it cures. So the most I pour at a time is 30 mils, 30 mils. And then I come back and top coat over that, and it's perfectly fine. If you have the skills to the quickness to mix more than 60 mils at a time, God love you. I have learned my lessons the hard way, so I try not to do that. Give it a good stir, and let's pour. We already have some in the casting in the mold set because yesterday this is where we were pouring our extra when we finished pouring from the trimmings for mold set. And this is one of the largest continuous mold sets that we have. And I don't necessarily want the full depth. I'm completely okay if I miss some spots. I'm more inclined to want all of the cavities to have some resin in them. I just want a little shallow pour. If I had just a little bit more, I'd have everything I need. I think now it's starting to cure, so now's the time to leave it alone. So we'll set that to the side and we'll let that cure up. Once it starts turning white like that, just let it be. Don't try to do anything else with it. And I will cap that real quick. We'll set those out of the way. That way you can see. All right. Now, this top, let's go ahead and measure. We have 28 1/4 inches all the way across. And let's get some of this paint off the top. I think we are where we want to be with color. So I'm gonna put these others back. As much as I absolutely adore all of these colors, I think what we're going to go with here is our cream base that we mixed up and our, let's see if I can tip this. There we go. Our cream base and our morning mist. Now, our morning mist is very light, so I may come back in and add just a little bit more of blue to it, richen it just a little bit. Let's go ahead and get some of it on there so that we can see what we like and how we want it to move. I'm going to get out one of my Woosters and I'm just going to mist it so that it's nice and damp. Let's go ahead and get a coat of morning mist on this top. at a spot right here. Not that we ran the paint, but it's actually where the clear coat had run. I guess somebody at some point in life had cleared over it again, maybe to give it a little bit more light. And the clear coat, um, it sagged. It didn't run. A run is usually just a small run. A sag is different because it's like a whole piece just was heavier than what the furniture could hold, so it just sagged right there. So sanded that off this morning. I don't want anyone to think that we actually sagged our paint. It wasn't us. And the more work you do to the piece, the more little imperfections you'll see. Some of them you have to just let go of, and some of them you have to fix. And that's really, really light. That's a great start. And I think our cream with it is going to really accentuate and highlight. But I think we're going to add just a little bit of blue to richen that. So here's what I'm going to do. I like a robin's egg. And hydrangea kiss, you know what? So simple. Hydrangea kiss and morning mist. That's really what we need for this mix. So real quickly, I'm going to take a couple of brushes, the small brushes, and that's our hydrangea kiss. That's our morning mist. And I think that'll give us the color. That'll richen that color a little bit more. I think that's what we need right there. Just a 50-50 blend. Good morning. Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for joining me for part 2. This is still a little too sticky to demold, so we probably better leave it alone for a few more minutes. And that's just fine. What we'll do is take our mister. We'll go ahead and mist over the top of our morning mist. We'll dip into our hydrangea kiss. And let's just go ahead and blend these on the chest. A little bit more mist. I love a waterfall style for these curves. There we go. That's the color. That's what I wanted right there. I'm just gonna feather that edge in. I really like that. I like the way that looks. 50/50 Hydrangea Kiss and Morning Mist. That is a really nice soft cottage blue. It's exactly what I was looking for. Now I'm really happy about it. So I'm going to come down the center. And we'll take our cream mix. We'll highlight, we'll use the cream mix for the highlights on the edges. This extra architecture is so beautiful. And this will just give you a good visual of what it's looking like, what it's going to look like. It is the week of the Spring Flower Festival here at the Petey State Farmers Market. So, as such, we will not be able to go live again for the rest of this week. This is a crazy busy event. So we will be tending to our customers in the store, and we will catch back up with you on Monday. And if I get to sneak in here, I'll take pictures and share with you on our Facebook page. So if you're not on our Facebook page, when we're done here today, hop over and follow us on Facebook. We place the videos on YouTube and the photographs on Facebook. So if you follow along with us on both social media platforms, you'll get all of the finished pieces step by step. Oh, I love that combination too. That looks really good. Yeah, I think we found our colors right there. I'm happy with that. I think we can make that look really nice. Love the combination. What do you think? I think no matter what your design style is, if you are into cottage colors or soft beach or any kind of country, you name the country, we have the colors. But I think this will go with just about every decor style. I like that. I like those colors. That'll work really well. We're going to go. I know, well, I tell you what we do. Let's go ahead and demold. Because by now this has to be ready. It is still a little bit warm, which is good for us because it's still very pliable when it's warm. Roll that out. And now when we get ready to set that in, we only have a little bit to trim off so it fits. We're right here at this bottom edge. Let's see. I think we can go ahead and knock this out right now. You want to do this while it's nice and warm. Because once it cools and hardens, That gets really difficult to do. That's going to fit very nicely. And because we shallow poured it, it's not going to be very heavy. It won't be so heavy on there, but it fits side to side, and that's what we were going for. So let's go ahead and put it on before we go. And this is it's a very large piece. So make sure if this is what you're working with, carry the glue to all the edges. And then we are going to ensure that it stays where we put it. I'm going to use a damp paintbrush, and I'm going to brush the glue. That way I'm assured that every piece of this is covered. And I forgot I could use the heavy body gel for this too. The Pentart heavy body gel holds these molds in place like it's nobody's business. All right, I think we've got everything covered there. And now we can set this back in. Make sure to hold it for a minute, let it grab. Touch all your surfaces, make sure all the edges are laid down. Make sure you touch your centerpieces to make sure it adheres in the center. Don't let it hang down below the drawer. If you've got to make adjustments, just go ahead and make the adjustments now. This is a heavy piece of resin, so you want to make sure it stays where you put it. So what we'll do is I'll come in underneath it and sort of wrap a piece of tape from the underside of the drawer up. And then we'll come across it from both sides, and that'll give us some stability so it doesn't go anywhere. And we'll come right straight across that top to make sure that it stays where we put it as well. This is going to be so beautiful. I hope you have enjoyed today. I know it was abbreviated and not much different than yesterday, but this is the way furniture refinishing goes. You honestly can't do it in a 20-minute reel. It doesn't work that way. And you do have to take the time to make sure you put things in place and cut and fit, and that takes time. Then you got to decide what colors look good together, and that takes time. So the reels are amazing, they really are. And the work that gets done is very inspiring, but it does take a good bit of time to put all these things together and make the magic happen. It does. So thank you for your patience while I show you that you can't do this in 10 minutes. It does take several days, sometimes it takes weeks. But the end result is we create newly uh, recreated furniture pieces that you don't have to worry about going to the landfill, that someone can actually love and make work in their decor, and hopefully it'll have a happy home for another 100 years. Thanks for being here today. I'm Diane Pruitt. We're in the studio at Two Girls Treasure in Florence, South Carolina. I hope you have a beautiful day. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other. I will see you Monday right here back in the studio. Bye, y'all.